It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll see Nick Bolton. He's a nightmare to deal with in the front seven. It's the Oilers and the Bulls, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Huard. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage.
Weather's starting to get a bit colder, but playoff hopes burning bright as ever for most of our teams as we get underway here in Week 12. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. Bringing him out, a 13-game starter last season and his second in the NFL. From Cincinnati, Desmond Ridder.
Kate, I know you get tired of hearing me say there's no substitute for experience, but it is totally true. Taking the reins of an NFL team is a young quarterback. You want the game to slow down, and the only way it slows down is to get more and more of these opportunities to go lead your team game in and game out.
That's one he knows he should have had. And it sets up second down. Throwing here, Ridder. Caught by Deebo Samuel. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Opening carry for Devon Achane. Runs into traffic and hits a wall, no gain. The former first-rounder Devin Bush making the play. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Here's Ridder. That's complete to Kmet on the slant. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Ridder setting up to throw. That one's complete over the middle. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They've worked it downfield very well to begin the drive. It's 1st and 10 at the 28. Back to throw now, it's Ridder. Flush down out to his left. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. It's a gain of 22, and that will set up 1st and goal. Slot receiver headed left. This is the first carry for the rookie from Florida. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. Give him a couple on the run, and it's now 2nd and goal. Ridder to throw. Escape, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. Hang on now. Looks like we've got an injured player out there and in need of some aid. So we'll step away briefly as they work on him. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Ridder looking to throw. Chased out to his right. And they get to him again. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction. Daniel Carlson on for this field goal try. Ball on the right hash for this 36-yard look. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
D. Eskridge to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. So they come on offense now, ready for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by this dual-threat quarterback.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
They'll run it with Devin Singletary. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. The former #1 pick, Trayvon Walker, on the stop. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Walker looking to throw. Ezekiel Elliott makes the catch. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
3rd down run from Singletary. He's out in the clear. Down the sideline past the 40. And he gets this all the way to the 31-yard line. It's a massive 35-yard pickup. First down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Back to throw. Walker. It's taken in by Washington. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive.
And that finds him in the end zone for the Houston touchdown. The Oilers finish off their opening drive. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Pinheiro good on the extra point. And the Oilers one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bulls send a running back, Devon Achane, getting back to work. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. Play action on 1st down. Bails out of the pocket quick. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Now a toss play for Achane. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Brought down on the effort by Quinyon Mitchell. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Ritter. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Bulls sending out their punt team. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. The return begins on their side of midfield. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And it's going to be their football coming up. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Walker. That pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Now Walker. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 28. A timeout here as we tend to an injured player. That's Keenan Allen who's shaken up. And with his history, hopefully nothing that keeps him out very long. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Once again, Elliott. Doesn't get much beyond the line. A yard at most. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Throwing here, Walker escapes the pocket, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. They send out Eddie Pinheiro for the field goal. It's from the right hash, 46 yards. Maher connects there, and add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Barrios now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense making its way back out now. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. They send the tight end in motion left. Trying to throw here out of the gun. This one falls incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Cade on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
2nd down carry for Achane. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Third and just 2 to go. Now Ritter. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Breaks the tackle, still going. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. He manages 13 on this punt return. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They'll start the drive with Singletary. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he works this to the 38 before going down. He picks up 15 on the play. And it sets up a Houston first.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Walker setting up to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Well, these top-tier offenses have brought the firepower so far. Plenty of points in that first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Houston in just a moment. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter two. They have second and pretty long here. He's on the move. He's on the move. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey. Gotta figure out this third down here. Here's Walker. Forced out to his right. Oh, he's gonna run for it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it sets up a Houston first.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete. He was looking for Dallas Goedert there. And now they face 2nd down. Now give to Singletary. And not much for gonna bring up 3rd. Walker to throw. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up. Can you for the field goal? Maher connected. And to double it, send it to possession game.
Hey, one of the areas the kicker quarterbacks are similar. They want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Berrios now to return it. And look at this. Tackle made return it down 32. Their offense returning to the first. They're down. Okay. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st down, they're going to start out with Achane. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Has a man, it's Achane. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. The Oilers and Devin Singletary back out on offense. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be their football. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's going to be marked down about 4 yards away from that 1st down marker. Everyone's prepped, it's 2nd down now. From the gun, a carry by Singletary. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Now stick with Singletary. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. That's to his running back, Devin Singletary. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. And from the secondary, and it's Rakestraw on the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They give up the gut to Singletary. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, it'll really break the backs of the defense.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Setting up a throw. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Yeah, this is one of the occasions, Kate, where this defense got to just keep chopping wood. Keep chopping wood. I know they're a little more careful about actually having axes in locker rooms anymore after injuries, but the mantra is the same. You can't look at the scoreboard nor worry about what your offense is doing. You got to keep punishing your opponent.
And this punt is out of bounds with no chance at a return. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 30. Another drive coming up for this offense. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. They'll start the drive with Achane. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. They'll run here. It's Zach Moss who gets it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Kmet brings it in. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Alex Anzalone there on the stop. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Ritter. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That was intended for Deebo Samuel. And it's 3rd down. Motioning the tight end now. Throw on 3rd down. Buys time. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Tressway on to punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. The Oilers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man. Robinson has it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. We are at the 2-minute warning. The Oilers working here. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to push one deep down. He's got it inside the 25. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Throwing the out route complete. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Walker looking to throw. He brings it in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll throw it again. Flushed out of the pocket. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Back to throw, Walker. On the move, headed right. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. The rush gets home, and they stick him. And that sack gonna cost them some yardage.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the 1st half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
Maher connects there. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
Give him the 1st half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
And he got all of that one, that's for sure. But with our new kickoff rules in play this year, that means the football's going to be spotted at the 30. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. He'll throw it. He's on the move. He takes it himself. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. A final throw before the break. A massive shot towards the end zone. And he swats that deep shot away, but he better not celebrate just yet. Looks like his contact drew a flag. They may still get this yardage. So halftime has to wait one more snap. That pass interference call means we've got an untimed down coming up. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. So we've reached the end of 2. The Oilers, currently in front in Houston. Now we'll send you east to our studios in Orlando. That's where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Finds some space, he's past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The Oilers returning their offense in this running back to the field. They're set up at the 35 now. And things are looking good to snap that 3-game losing streak that they came in on, Brock. They've got the lead here. Play action on first down. Escapes the pocket. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. They're on the stop, Larry Ogunjobi. Second down now, 7 to go. They go play action here. Bails out of the pocket quick. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. Here he is on 3rd and long. Chased out to his right. He's running for it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And it sets up a Houston first.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
He finds space for a few yards that time. Junior Coulson bringing an end to that play. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now Walker. He has the first over the middle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down. Gives to Singletary from the gun. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. From the 21. Forced out to his right. Now he takes it. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
He gets half of the 8 yards remaining, partner. That gives him 2nd and goal from the 4. Singletary has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Back-to-back stands from this front. No gain on the play brings up 4th and goal.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
And he will score. Touchdown, Houston! The Oilers grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, Brock, not the way I imagined it was designed there on 4th and goal, but I don't think these coaches cared how he got the job done. Just make sure you get in for 6.
Yeah, really just 2 options here as the game speeds up down there, right? Find a throwing lane and execute quickly, or you better escape and make it happen with your legs. He didn't get the throwing lane, the coverage he wanted, so a great decision. You cannot hesitate. You got to go for it, and he sure did, and use that athleticism for 6.
That one right down the middle. And the Oilers take a 3-possession lead. Nixon now to return it. This return makes it up to the 25. This offense getting all set for this series. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Completed over the middle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 1. Pass caught by Ridley. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll give them a first down. Throwing here, Ritter. Finds his man, it's Ricky Pearsall. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. 2nd and 3 now. A handoff right for Moss. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Escapes out to the left. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Ritter. He has room past the 25. And that is a touchdown. The Bulls start the second half with some needed points. Devon Achane with the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bulls cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Eskridge on the return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The home teams ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And you may as well call him a constant headache that this defense has had to deal with all game long. I mean, they game plan to slow down his passing work, but it's been his rushes that have really broken the spirit of this unit. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Walker, flushed out of the pocket. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a pickup of 34 yards, and it sets up a Houston first.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. Got Washington. It's complete. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. They'll run here with Elliott. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. It's 2 yards on the gain, and now it'll be second and goal. Here's Walker. Rolling left, buying some time. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston! The Oilers make it a 16-point ball game. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offense with confidence.
Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what he has in store. There he is now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, these DNs love to get after the quarterback, but the most well-rounded of them are the guys who can anchor your run defense too. Mission accomplished.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. It was there. He just couldn't corral it. And things look tougher now with third and long. Ritter looking to throw. Escapes the puck. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down. And that boot will instead be what starts our fourth quarter. We've reached the end of the third. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. Fourth and 14. Let's see if they've got some magic in them. Ritter to throw. And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on fourth down as they force the turnover.
Coach is challenging to get the defense off the field with a stop. Rose to the challenge and delivered on that one, really overwhelming the line of scrimmage.
The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. With touchdowns on their last 2 drives, Brock, they're playing some of their best offense here. Could they try for 3 in a row despite the lead? Let's find out. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Walker setting up to throw. Has it down close. And in for the Houston touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Extra point try now from Pinheiro. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Oilers make it a 24-point ball game. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Nixon now to return it. coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Their offense running back out now. And the last time we saw them, Brock, they took a risk, went for it on their own half of the field, but it didn't work out. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Ritter. He'll get this to Samuel. Oh, he loses the football. Scooped up by the defense. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. They send the tight end in motion. Now Ritter. Has the connection to Ridley. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Back to throw now, it's Ritter. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
He'll throw it yet again. That's taken in by Samuel. And he gets this forward to the 19. Second and 3 now. From the 19. Pearsall there to grab it. And he's brought down after a short gain. Third and a lone yard coming up. Ritter setting up to throw. Catch is made in close. Touchdown. And they've loved the scoring production he's brought out of their offense. That touchdown gives him 10 on the season. So after thinking it over, they're lining up for 2. He'll try and run for it with an option left. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Normally, that's a play that works for him, but that time, maybe better off letting it go on the option.
Yeah, I think so, Kate. You wouldn't believe how fast in real time you got to make that decision. It is a split second, truly a split second decision, and that time not the right one for the quarterback.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Houston's offense back out now and ready to go. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Here's Singletary again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. Walker to throw. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He has it at the 22. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Bulls are ready to go on offense, and we'll get a look at Deebo Samuel. And I think by this point we can all agree, Brock, that he is not going to be stopped until the clock stops at the end of this game. He just continues to make catches count in this second half. He's on the move. He's on the move. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. They'll throw on first. Completed left side to Samuel. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He picks up 28 on the play. And they'll have first down. Back to throw. Escapes the pocket. He's running with it. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Bulls get it back to within 2 possessions. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bulls make it an 11-point ball game. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this defense, boy, just beyond frustrated this late in the game. How's a group supposed to deal with him as a passer, Brock, and dedicate the resources needed to slow down this type of day on the ground, too? Back to throw. Walker. And he makes the... Wait, no, he didn't hang on. It falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Walker looking to throw. He's on the move. He tucks it and takes off. And this one does not go far.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
To the air, 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's gonna run for it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. He's on the move. Now here he goes again.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
And this one doesn't go far. They pick up one on the run. Need more, though. That takes them to 3rd and 5. Now Walker. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Oilers about set to punt. Johnny Hekker, the one to send it away. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideout. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Has his man, it's Ridley. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. There's the stoppage now for an injured player. It's never what you want to see, but especially this time. That's Calvin Ridley, who's the one being looked at. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Kmet brings it in. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 41. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Couldn't find Deebo Samuel on that throw. So that brings up 2nd down. They'll throw it again. Searches. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense up to the line fast. 3rd and long for him here. He's on the move. He's keeping it. We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Desperation time here on 4th. He finds him beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Completed here to Kmet. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Bails out of the pocket, and the ground game works for the touchdown. The Bulls now within 1 score in the 4th. Offense not going anywhere. They want to. They'll try to run it in. And he made the line of scrimmage, but not that goal line. Defense there to shut down that 2-point attempt. Okay, Brock, dialing up another 2-point call. And you remember when your friends didn't have a voicemail and it would just ring and ring and ring? It's still ringing. Fall short again of reaching that end zone.
Yeah, this defense is not doing very good between the 20s or even in the red zone, but they do find a way to rise up. This is always my challenge with being super aggressive, is why give that defense something to feel good about coming off the field after you put 6 on the board?
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Eskridge on the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. This offense running is led by the running back. He's just found some new ones. Continue numbers well into this second half. They'll start the drive with Singletary. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. And down run by Singletary. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. 1 yard, all this 3rd inches. Now stick with Singletary. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so they're free to start running the clock down now. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
This is situational football at its best. Still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
They give up the gut to Singletary, and he drives this across the field in enemy territory. Give him 6 yards on the run, so it's going to be 3rd and 5. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Punter to the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he can't hurt you with the return if you just get out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. So hard rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And there was no easy enough. It took some white knuckling until the very end. The defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape the victory. So for Brock Huard, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a win for the Oilers. We'll see you next time from Houston.